Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. What time you are watching this video? This video is about security. The security is a very important thing in our life. So NSX give us multi choices of security firewall. As we can see here, I can see the firewall and edge, logical router, and logical firewall microsegmentation. It's the powerful tool uh, from VMware. As we can see here, the logical router has its own firewall connect from inside to outside. It's our edge server. Here, the microsegmentation, as we can see here, microsegmentation, each VM has its own firewall connect from VM to the switch, VM to firewall, from firewall to switch. Okay, each uh, each VM has its own firewall, as we can see here. Before uh, NSX, if the VM1 wanted to connect to VM2, each VM on the same switch, on the same server, as we can see here, on the same server, the connection will travel to the physical firewall and go back to the VM to 6 wire hubs. It will go from VM to server, from server to switch, means from switch to firewall, and go back to VM2. Okay, with NSX, as we can see here, from VM1 to VM2 directly using distributed firewall. Okay, if the machines uh, hosted on different servers, the traffic go from if we don't use NSX, the traffic go from VM1 to physical firewall and back to the VM2. Here, the VM1 go to firewall, and from firewall to switch, and go back to to VM2. Here we have two wire hubs. Okay, as we can see here, the distributed firewall is very useful because it's reduce the uh, reduce the uh, uh, bandwidth on our uh, center, as we can see here, like logical fire, like logical switch, logical router. Here we have logical firewall, like distributed uh, logical router, logical switch, as we can see here, universal distributed firewall. Connect to 8 vCenters. Here, by microsegmentation, each VM has its own firewall, as we can see here. If we use the vMotion, the firewall go uh, with this machine, and the rule will be applied, still applied on the machine. Uh, these firewalls, microsegmentation firewalls, or distributed firewalls, it's managed by one interface. When we add, how we create this firewall, when we add the cluster to our NSX, we can the NSX manager create this layer on the on the cluster, this layer between layer 2 and the machine. It's very useful to drop the denied frames to don't load the uh, layer 2. These firewalls can work from layer 2 to layer 7 if we have third party, but the firewall comes with NSX can use uh, can use just for layer 4 traffic. As we can see here, uh, Edge Service Gateway can handle north-south traffic here in the firewall, and distributed firewall here load east-west traffic, okay, between all machines. Here we can and here we can monitor the traffic using real-time flow monitoring service on our distributed firewall service security tab. Here we can use to isolation segmentation advanced service SDDC, software defined data center. Here we can isolate the layers, isolate uh, the isolate the VMs in logical isolation. Here segmentation using distributed firewall comes with NSX. Here advanced service using third-party firewall like here Palo Alto. I can grouping this the machine. I can use grouping uh, to manage our uh, our component on our NSX environment. We have two kinds of grouping: static groups and dynamic. Static group, I can create a static group and add what I need to it. I can add logical switch, an IC, VMS, IP set, uh, IP sets, blah blah blah, to our group. Dynamic grouping, I can create a pattern to add this machine automatically, or what I need to add automatically to our group. Here it's dynamic grouping, like I wanted to add each machine has web in its name to the group. The NSX manager add this machine to the right group depend on the name and have. Okay, this is what I wanted to see on the security firewall. Thank you very much and see you.